April Marie here, filling in for Leland today and tomorrow and Thursday. Friday, best of, as everybody gets to celebrate Independence Day with their families. Now, AJ, I've got a question for you. Uh, an Alabaster man won do, a win $1 million prize on a scratch off game. He purchased the ticket while he was driving through Mississippi. What
Hmm.
would you do if you won $1 million today?
Well, one, I won't say nothing. I'll keep
Not
myself
saying
anonymous.
a word.
Hey.
Yeah, this man is the man who chose to win. We know he was from Alabaster, but we don't know anything else about him. He says he promised to split winnings with his family members. Uh, didn't say how many family members, but that he was going to do that as well. Um, I'm thinking I probably would. I don't know that I would necessarily move. I know that my current house has a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm continually, doing things to the house. So I'd probably fix up the house I live in. Might consider moving, but probably not. Would probably definitely be debt free. We'd pay the house off, pay off all of my remaining debt, which isn't a lot. It's more than I would like. And then would probably talk to a financial advisor about putting the best doing the best thing I could do to help set my kids up. A million, when you look at it, a million's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. A million is a lot of money. The but I would still but I would it would be a long-term planning kind of thing. I like the idea of, like, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there'd be some signs I won the money, right?
What would you do?
Well, I was saying I get myself completely out of debt, so pay off my mortgage. My house needs. It's so funny because I almost feel haunted by the Ox Foundation ads because I know I need to do something with my basement. So all the work I've been putting off, I would do around my house. But then there would be some signs, like I would start getting my nails done again. I haven't gotten my nails done in a minute. I'd probably start getting my nails done again. You guys know I've got my daddy's truck. I would probably get a fresh coat of paint for daddy's truck and make sure that's all fixed up. My Suburban, I've about had it with it. The Suburban is actually at the shop as we speak. This is the second time we're hitting that tipping point where it's almost painful to put more money into it, getting things fixed, because you're like, oh, how long is this gonna last me? But we would probably there would probably be a newer Suburban, but little things, not anything over the top. Would you go straight over the top, buy a new car, buy a new house?
Nah, well, first of all, I'll clear all my debt
Yeah,
first before I do
very
anything.
wise.
Yeah, because I mean, what's the point of winning $1 million just to go right back and be in debt?
It's crazy how many
Right.
people win money and then blow it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
No,
And then whatever I have left, because obviously you're gonna get taxed the heck out of that
I was gonna say, yeah, that
million
would be
dollars.
first thing.
Yeah. And then I'll see what's left, and then I'll put some stuff for to the least to the side for just in case.
Right.
Also for the kids, make sure they have something as well too. And then whatever I have left, then we'll
I
see.
feel like there's got to be some level of splurging, but not the kind you see in movies, not the over the top. I won the lottery, and so I'm buying everyone I know a new vehicle, or I'm doing things that are over the top. Like I said, there would be signs, because in the current economic, where we are in the economy, I have had to cut back on some of those things that I consider indulgences. I haven't had a massage, and gosh, way too. I would be heading out to Ross Bridge for a massage. That would be on the agenda without a doubt. There would be a spa day that would include full massage. Maybe a facial or something. Those things that I can't justify doing right now.
Well, I mean, like, that stuff is normal, but like, when you start buying new things, and I hate when people are like, "Ooh, we got you a new car. Oh, look at that! Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, how much that cost you?" I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, none of your business. You got
Yeah,
no idea.
this called used.
Yeah. Oh, I always buy used cars. I feel like it's a rip off any other way. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Jim on the line. If you won the lottery, you telling anybody? Oh,
Is
oh,
this me? April Marie.
Yes, Jim.
Yeah, let me burst your bubble here. If you win $1 million, you're only going to take home with you $480,000.
I could still pay off my house
Each
and my debt with
million
that.
you won, that's what's going to go in your checking account.
But
480.
that's quite a bit of money. I mean, all things being equal, you can do a lot with 480,000
Yeah, but you had $1 million, and now you don't. You lost better than half of it.
with taxes. Yeah, I could still get myself out of debt with that, and as AJ said, still put a little away for a rainy day. But life is much better if you are not, if you're not in debt. So
I mean, yeah, it's better than nothing, but still, I won $1 million. You have to win $1 million.
oh,
$1 million and a quarter.
Hey, you keep hitting your button on your
Jim,
phone.
you're doing something. You're making a secondary call here. I said you're pushing buttons over there. Yeah, it says the winner bought into a $30 million game and won $1 million. I mean, of course you'd be better off if you want. I'm just telling you, I could make a lot happen with $1 million, even after
Yeah,
taxes.
the sad part, though, is $1 million's not $1 million. That's the sad part.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, thanks. Yep. All right. Well, you've rained on my parade. All right. See, I wasn't planning on doing anything crazy. Thanks, Jim.
Happy 4th.
Happy Independence Day. Let's see what Maria says about winning $1 million. Maria, were you the individual who won the $1 million scratch off?
I wouldn't tell you. I'm kidding.
Smart, I say.
I'm kidding. But I would not pay off my house. It's the only tax break you have other than children. So of course, you would have the money to pay your mortgage every month, but I would pay cash for cars and have no credit cards and that kind of thing. But when I was growing up, you could deduct interest on a credit card, your interest on your car loan, and now all you got left is your mortgage. So I would donate and build more animal shelters.
Ah, there you go. Okay, that's a good thing to do with it.
And then set my grandkids up for.
The last caller said it amounts to less than 500,000, but you can make a real big deal with an extra 500,000.
Well, you invest it well and have financial help, but right now, your mortgage is it. That's all you got.
That's all you got. All right, appreciate that.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day. I think it's because when I find myself. Do you ever watch Dave Ramsey, AJ? Because I'm a big Dave Ramsey person.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can, not that I do everything Dave Ramsey, but he's always talking about your debt snowball. You pay off all the little things, and then you pay off your house, and then you're debt free, and then you get to do the things. So I think that's why I've got my mindset around the idea you pay off your mortgage. Like I said, I would certainly be doing some of the upgrades that I've been putting off or doing one at a time around the house. Because I've got a whole honey-do list that is as long as my arm. So that would be fun. All right. So Alabaster Man, if you guys notice any friends updating, getting a new car, his and hers matching new cars, his and hers fun thing, it could be the Alabaster Man who chose to stay anonymous. It says man who chose to stay anonymous, but I don't know that they know. The person from Alabaster who buys lottery tickets as a regular part of his trip through Mississippi said he is going to split the winnings with family members, keeping a promise they made long before winning the $1 million and buying that $1 million ticket. I'm impressed. I like that he's kept his word. Alan, how's it going?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Did you win the $1 million?
No, but if I did, I would donate it to the Amy Coney Barrett I Hate America Baby Foundation. No. But,
I remember getting out there to support her support her nomination. And she really has made some boneheaded decisions lately.
That was probably okay back when you had to take a wooden ship to get to America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you flying into the country. I mean, it's just ludicrous.
It is
I mean,
ludicrous.
Our court systems, I hate to say it, but our court systems are gone.
Yeah,
I mean, they're gone.
it is a sad day, and so many people saw this coming just based on the arguments.
Yeah, I
But
figured it too.
yeah, and especially since they waited till the last day, and all of the hints in the decisions leading up to this, but it's still a disappointment.
I mean, when do you think that it officially happened that half of this country hates it?
Oh, exactly, and
When did that happen?
I would say most people there's a few sympathetic people who don't realize what this undermines, but the majority of people have to realize what this costs the U.S.
I mean, like Trump said, there's over over 1.5 million Chinese people that have came over here and had a baby.
It's crazy. It's a whole industry.
I mean, I mean, I don't get it. It's corrupt. That's all I can say. I mean, who hates their own country?
And that's just it. Is we've got people who don't realize the damage they're doing, and whether it's maliciously, don't know and don't care, or too ignorant to care. I feel like we see a lot of those in the news. But this is detrimental. We've got needs right here in our country. We don't need to be encouraging people to come over here and have babies just to get citizenship.
I tell you that when they let Hillary Clinton get away with all the stuff she did, and she committed a lot of crimes, when they let her get off of that, I said, well, it's on now. They know that they can do anything they want, and they did. They did so much. They knew they could get away with so much. They stole an election for president of the United States, and there ain't nobody ever going to convince me it wasn't stolen. Even if it was just the technical laws in the states that they ignored.
You know what? And I'm glad you say that, because I've talked to people. When we talk about what happened in that election cycle in 2020, it's specifically, the laws that were bended, and we saw it right here in Alabama, where they were essentially using in-person absentee as de facto early voting. We saw it in the states where they were counting ballots that were sent long after. They were opening mail-in ballots that didn't have matching signatures, all sorts of crazy town stuff. They stole it fair and square.
Yeah, Republicans are so weak. I mean, I don't know when we became. I was in the military. We're so pathetic. I mean, I can't say we don't deserve it, but if they would have done that to if we would have done that to them, they would have burnt this country down and killed every one of those damn Republicans.
Well, and
that's just a fact.
I tell you what, that is as these decisions come out, and several people have remarked on it, how if it was the other way around, if some of these decisions were the other way around, things would be burned. There would be protests and marches in the street. But Republicans, we keep on keeping on. We're going to look at legislative ways to fix this. We're going to look at other opportunities. The left has put a fear into their elected officials. That's why they're not telling on their own crazies. Well, I appreciate you, Alan. What would you do? Hey, what would you do if you won the $1 million?
Me? I just try to live the rest of my life, and just not anything special. That's it.
There you
But
go.
I tell you, I always think of the quote of that movie Mississippi Burning when Gene Hackman told that guy, he said, "When they crawl out of the sewer, you got to get in the gutter." And that's all I can tell you.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call.
We won't do it.
No.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. All right. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, more of Leland Live with April Marie. Well, good afternoon, everyone. April Marie here. AJ trying to keep me out of trouble. Not so hard today. I'm not over here, although it did occur to me I did consider Reese's cups again, but not as hard as it was yesterday to keep me out of trouble. You know who's in some trouble? The NPR reporter who put in the story about Justice Alito retiring caused quite the brouhaha. So what happened was, right after the decisions were released from the court, NPR published a story that quoted or cited a press release. It said the article cited an announcement rather than confidential sources. So the article is posted to NPR from their court reporter, someone who should know, and so the report goes live. Because NPR has such a vetting process in place, other outlets who would otherwise independently verify, they took the NPR verification to heart and they start pushing it out. So I feel like all of us are kind of looking at breaking news, Justice Alito retiring, and then the NPR shortly thereafter is forced to retract the article. Now, what some are speculating is that there was an embargoed announcement. And if you're not familiar, oftentimes what will happen is reporters will get something a day, usually a day, maybe a day and a half in advance. And it'll, big letters, big markings, embargoed. So you can know this to write your story. You can have these statements. You can have this news. But, by getting it, you're as a news outlet saying you're not going to report it until the specific time that they give you. One thing I'll frequently ask, if I've got somebody I work with a lot or whatever, I'll say, can you, if I hear something's coming, an endorsement or a statement or whatever it is, I'll say, hey, can I have this embargoed? I'll write it up just due to deadlines, right? If somebody says, okay, well, we're going to announce Monday this big thing. I don't want to spend Sunday, waiting for the announcement. I'll call and ask, especially if it's a PR firm or a person or whatever, a spokesman I'm used to. We'll call and ask, can I go ahead and have the news? I'll pre-write it and hold it for them. So some people are saying, okay, this was probably embargoed for later, and they went ahead and ran it. Nina Tottenberg is the reporter faced to issue a retraction. The longtime legal affairs correspondent, forced to make a retraction after announcing that Samuel Alito was retiring. But some people are saying maybe she knew something in advance. She put the story in, didn't mark it as such, and that's where we are. So it'll be interesting to see if this does come to pass. NPR said the reason that it wasn't caught is because the fail-safes they have in place, they rely on looking at whether or not there's a anonymous source or what the sourcing is. Because the article itself specified that it was an announcement and quoted a spokesman, that's how it got through. But it continues to be, one of those situations where it's not stopping. It's not stopping the conversation from happening on whether or not they just prematurely called the news. So we'll continue to follow that there. I think it's interesting. We'll probably get more information in the next couple of days, and we'll follow that. Looking at these the news, Susan Collins has retaken the lead in the Maine Senate seat. It's pretty shocking when Democrats are like, you know what, we very well might elect a dude who has had accusations of domestic violence, who had a Nazi tattooed on him. We will see what happens there. This is one of those situations where those who turn out to vote, if it's a low turnout, he could win the Democrat nomination, which is kind of, or could win the whole race. I'm sorry, not the Democrat nomination. Okay, back in a minute. You're listening to Leland Live with April Marie. Well, good afternoon, everyone. April Marie here, filling in for Leland. AJ, keeping me out of trouble today. Maybe a little easier. We had some in studio guests here. That was fun. I always like it when people come in studio. We'll have people call in from time to time, but they join. Let's see. Last week we were joined by Scott Ortiz, who is took will take Dan Roberts' space in the state Senate. We had Lloyd Peoples, the House member elect, who will replace Representative Jim Carnes. Those two, Jim Carnes and Dan Roberts, had a pretty phenomenal run in the legislature. And, unlike some of the statewide races, those races weren't terribly negative. They were just voters choosing to go with a fresh choice. So we had those two. And then earlier today, if you missed it, it'll be available on the podcast later. We had Councilwoman Ashley Lovell and Councilman Steve McClinton in studio. I have not seen them in a hot minute. I do miss some of the friends I made along the way and all the different cities I covered. I do have to say, leaving the municipal beat for the education beat has been a lot of fun. They were here promoting the Hoover event, which is it is 4th on the 1st, which is exactly what it sounds like. They're celebrating Independence Day on the 1st at the Hoover Met. There's going to be entertainment, and there's going to be you can get your hot dogs, you can get your beer, you can participate in a Guinness World Record for cans opened at the most cans opened at once. And they're going to have the Commissioner Hot Dog Eating Contest. AJ's shaking his head. I laughed.
No, that's not going to, I think that's going to end very badly.
I actually need to message Derek Murphy about this he won't eat hot dog buns thing. That's kind of comical to me. I feel like we need to, you and I need to look at the list of city councilors and pick a winner before tomorrow's show, and then Thursday we can see which of us picked the correct winner. Do you know enough about the city councilmen to pick a winner?
I don't. And now, are all the council members participating?
I believe all 7 of them will be. And so,
I need to holler at Gene. Like, hey, Gene, are you going to really eat
oh
all
my
these hot
gosh.
dogs?
You know what? I wonder if he's done a video, because I heard they all did it. It's gonna. I need to watch all the videos so that I can see who talked the most smack. I feel like Ashley seemed really really gung ho about winning this thing. But what do we got? I don't even know if I can name the 7. I'm gonna try. And these are not in the order of their district. We've got Christy Driver, we've got Steve McClinton, we've got Derek Murphy, we've got Middlebrook's left, right? I'm trying to think of who the city council president is right now, because I feel like I should know it and I don't. Then we've got Ashley New, Jean returning, and Robin. But for the life of me, I feel like I'm mixing up my Hoover City Council president. So yes, I'll look at the list and I'll pick my winner. You have to pick a winner, and we'll see which of ours does better tomorrow. And on that, somebody from Hoover messaged me who the city council president is, because I'm absolutely. Let's see. Christy Driver's the pro tem. It is Middlebrooks. Look at me. I remembered 7 out of 7. That's impressive. I could probably do, of all the cities I covered, I could probably name a couple in Mountain Brook. They had an interesting municipal election, because they only had 2 races. One was for an open seat, and one was a race against the incumbent. My municipal knowledge is frightening, is what it is. It's one thing to know the legislature, but it's another to go into the weeds on all the municipal stuff. One of the municipalities to watch, if you guys, and I almost had some of the mayors on and couldn't make it work with scheduling, but the city of Clay, it's going to be really interesting. The city of Clay has had a little bit more, I hate to use the word drama than I'd like to see, given their they have a new mayor, but I feel like there's still some hard feelings there, and some of the city council is just not being fair to her, and that's frustrating me. All right, I mentioned earlier, kind of giving an overview of some of the 4th of July celebrations, the Independence Day celebrations around here. Of course, Thunder on the Mountain will return Saturday, 4th of July, with fireworks from Vulcan. The show begins at 9 p.m. Over at the UAB Campus Green, they're going to have activities from 7 to 9. There's also a Birmingham Barons baseball game. There's a Friday night and a Saturday night. And so there will be the Birmingham Barons will host a post-game fireworks on both Friday and Saturday. I mentioned Clay early. The City of Clay Ballpark is having fireworks on Friday at sundown. I just want to encourage you guys, and a lot of these, by the way, there's things on the City of Clay's Friday, July 3rd. A lot of the events are kind of spread out, with a number being July 3rd, and then some being earlier. The 4th of July Festival in Homewood, for example, in downtown Homewood, is Saturday. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. So you'll still have an opportunity to watch those Thunder on the Mountain fireworks. So take the opportunity, find out what's going on near you, and get out to celebrate Independence Day. I was listening to the radio, a different station, a country station. I was listening to the radio and heard a statistic that most individuals who own U.S. flags only fly them twice a year. If you are one of those people, can you please call and explain that to me? Why on earth would a homeowner only fly their flag during Independence Day or Memorial Day? Why not fly a flag year round? I fly my flag year round, but I feel like I was missing something because I didn't realize this is something people do. They'll take their flag down and only put it up for holidays. Do you have a flag at your house, AJ?
I do not have a flag in my house. Plus, I don't have a place where I can put it, so I need to figure out where I need to put it because I don't have a pole or anything like that.
I had one. Mine, when I moved into my house, was on the side, so we'd see it on the driveway. But if you were looking at my house, you wouldn't see it. So then I started I needed to replace that flag, started like Googling around for flags and found a company that makes American-made flags and ended up getting a new flag because I had to retire that one, which, by the way, somebody called in last week to remind us there is a proper way to retire your flag if you have a flag that needs to be retired. And many of your Boy Scout church troops and many will meet at churches, and they'll have a place at a church to retire a flag. But I would encourage you to retire those properly. But I moved it from the side of my house where only my visitors were seeing it to the front of my house. And so, but it never occurred to me that there would be people out there who would buy a U.S. flag, have a flagpole, but only hang the flag twice a year. So again, if you're one of those people, give us a call or shoot us a text on the text line 545-9950 and explain yourself, because for the life of me, I cannot. Let me know, AJ, if you get any text on this, because for the life of me, I cannot understand why somebody would do this. I mean, I understand taking it down for bad weather or that kind of thing, but I can't understand taking it down and only putting it back up for Independence Day. Boggles my mind. With that, we will go back over those over the next couple of days, the Independence Day celebrations. I think it's so... This is the time of year, and it's funny because my kids play this game in the pool where they ask a question and you get dunked if you get the question wrong. And this was one of the questions about what is mom's favorite holiday, because, of course I love Christmas. I love the Christmas holidays, but I love Independence Day because I feel like the rest of the nation, especially here on 250, the rest of the nation is kind of partaking in the celebration of our greatness, of American exceptionalism. We've gotten to the point now where it's become a partisan issue of who celebrates Independence Day and how you celebrate it, with liberals claiming that it's not even worth celebrating anymore, which, again, at this point, you're looking at people who are cheering on Trump's failure, cheering on the failure of our nation for partisan purposes, and that just seems ridiculous to me. All right, let's see. We've got Rico on the line. Hey, Rico. Oh, did I push? Let's try that again. Here we go. You there?
Hello.
Hey there.
Hey, just wanted to remind everyone that if they need to get rid of a flag, Home Depot has a box right as you go in the
That's good to know.
front entrance that you can deposit your flags, and they will make sure that they're destroyed properly.
All right, I appreciate that. I did not know Home Depot did that, but I guess it is a relatively conservative company, so that makes sense.
That it does.
All right, thanks.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Rico. Yeah, retire if you are going to retire those flags, and AJ, I did something over there. I pushed a there you go. Okay. If you're going to retire those flags, do it properly. All right, back in just a minute. You're listening to April Marie, filling in for Leland. Well, good evening, everyone. April Marie here, filling in for Leland. If you're just tuning in, big news of the day centered around some of the Supreme Court opinions, namely birthright citizenship and the Supreme Court affirming birthright citizenship. That has gotten a lot of response, pretty big reaction in terms of what's next. How can we put an end to this? What can Congress do? The case was related to an executive order from Trump, but now the line has been set. We've got what the court believes and why they believe it, and we've got to move forward from there to do what we can. I was actually searching up the numbers, and I had no idea there were so many individuals coming in under the guise of birthright citizenship in 2023. About 260,000. I'm sorry. In 2023, 320,000 babies represented about 9% of all the babies born in the U.S. Of those 260,000 would not have qualified for birthright citizenship under Trump's executive order. So we're talking about a lot of babies. About 200, this is a Pew Research study, about 245,000 babies born to mothers who were here illegally, and fathers who were also not U.S. citizens. About 15,000 babies born, this is in 2023, to mothers who had legal temporary status and fathers who were not citizens. So that's what we're talking about. A cottage industry where people are now paying, billionaires from China paying to come over and have their baby in the U.S. That's not to mention those who come over on on a temporary visa, overstay that visa, and have babies. Those who came over through Biden and had children. Very large number of individuals we are talking about here, and the number is just increasing. We saw the highest increase was around 20. I'm looking at the numbers here. It looks like peaking in around 2005, and then going down and peaking again in 2020, or moving up on an upwards trend on 2023. So that we've got that decision. We also have the decision about protecting girls' sports, and there's a couple of other things in that decision, including protecting girls' spaces. The U.S. Supreme Court sending that back to the state. A number of states already have laws about that. Alabama kind of led the way. We talked to Speaker Pro Tem Chris Pringle earlier. He brought forth the bill in 2020 in Alabama. Susan DuBose, who is right here from this area, got the bill over the finish line. And so that is the rule here. Alabama on the forefront of all of these things. And we had Attorney General Steve Marshall and Catherine Robertson really defending these choices in these laws in Alabama. We were among the first to say no boys and girls sports here, no boys and girls spaces. We have passed the What is a Woman Act. Insanity, pure insanity that it was even necessary, but we did it. And then the one that always gets me, one of the biggest issues to me, and not just as a mother, it's just as an individual who can recognize and say out loud what the left has pushed upon our children in the name of gender-affirming care and gender identity nonsense, absolutely abusive behavior. We're going to poison these young kids and encourage them to take on a lifetime of medication, if not surgery. Pure insanity. But the Supreme Court ruling today that Title IX does not protect men who identify as women in women's sports. What was happening or has been happening, we're not over it yet, in spite of all that the Trump administration has done to stop this problem. Of course, Biden perpetuated it, made it worse. How many of y'all remember Rachel Levine, who, of course, was replaced at HHS by our very own Dr. Admiral Brian Christine. But we've seen so many young kids sucked into this gender ideology nonsense, this LGBTQ agenda that tells them to poison their young, healthy bodies and minds. So big win today for common sense. That's what that's the takeaway here. If you missed it and you saw news earlier that Justice Alito was retiring, turns out that was a misfire from NPR. They ran a story, much like when Fox News ran the story that Jared Hudson had won the U.S. Senate race. NPR published a story on that retirement and then later had to retract it. So if you saw that news earlier, it is not true. They have issued a retraction, and then all the outlets that followed suit, they have, in fact, also pulled that back. We're going to continue this conversation, things going on to do around Central Alabama for Independence Day tomorrow and Thursday. Today's show just kind of flew by. Of course, you can catch the podcast on the website a little later, and you can watch the YouTube on Real Talk 99.5 TV. AJ, you ready for Breaking Bread this afternoon?
I'm ready. It feels like I've been here since like 10 o'clock this morning, and it feels like all I've been doing today was talking because I had to get the best stuff for Leland ready for Friday, so I had to get all that prepared. So yes,
one more hour to go.
That doesn't mean nothing.
A little over an hour, I suppose, because then you got to do the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, you can find me on X, APRYLMARIE. You know what I always say at the end of every show: stay out of trouble.
Yeah, but how are you gonna stay out of trouble when you're always in trouble?
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go home and behave myself this evening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Ask me about it tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Stay tuned for Breaking Bread coming up next. Goodbye, AJ.
Oh, I love nothing more than a generation of people who fuss and complain about not being able to get anywhere in life because things are just too hard, not enough hours, not enough pay, but then you don't show up for work. Isn't it ironic? Welcome in to the Breaking Bread radio program. Let's talk about it. 205-545-9950, 205-44-BREAD. The taste buds live and in full effect. AJ, JD, Will C. I am live from Chubb Fathers, 229 Kentstone Boulevard, Abilalaster, Alabama. If you want to come hang out, something to eat, and say hello, I will say hey. So, what up, gentlemen? How are y'all?
Another day in paradise.
You know, I love these sayings because obviously it's not paradise, but I feel you. I'm exhausted, but but you know, I am excited. I hate that you guys are not here. I know you got tied up at work, and JD, you know, you got things going on at the home. But I'm gonna try to save these here for when we are actually in the studio all together at least once. So I got some chips that we can try for flavorful or flavorful.
Excellent.
Korean style or Chinese style. I don't know. I guess it's.
I have found a honey hole for places that sell exotic foreign brands of Doritos and Lay's and Ruffles and all that actually in Alabaster. So I'm with you. I'm excited.
All right, I'm super excited about some of these flavors. I may have to go back and get the other flavors that I've seen because they had like this seafood flavor one. I was like, I'm going to hate this, but just for the show, I'm going to try it, and I want us to talk about it. So when we get a chance to do it, just real quick, I just want to let y'all know which ones I got. I got that Szechuan peppercorn chicken flavor.
Okay.
I got Mexican chicken tomato flavor.
Okay.
I got a barbecue ribs flavor and cucumber flavor.
Cucumber flavor.
Yes.
I'm very interested in that.
Yes. And I have not opened them. I have not touched them, opened them or anything. So I don't want y'all to say nothing.
And might as well pick up that pack of lettuce flavored Doritos too.
They do have is it a crayfish or crawfish, one of the flavors as well too. And I got to go back to get that one. And then I found this Pepsi, and I literally had to ask this lady there, which you know she didn't really speak clear English, because it's a Pepsi can, but it is on it is like a bamboo stick. And then has a piece of fruit on there, but I can't tell you what fruit it is. She said some type of flour, but I'm like, well, it's a fruit, but I can't tell you what fruit. And all the writing.
What kind of flour?
You got Thai stick Pepsi.
But I can't.
I hadn't had no Thai stick since like 1996 from a bus station in Memphis.
Man. But the crazy thing is, all the ingredients is in like I'm assuming it's in Chinese. Everything's in Chinese, except for the Pepsi part, because I don't think you can spell Pepsi. Well, maybe you can't spell Pepsi in Chinese. I don't know. But all like, but even like
He's
so stupid.
That's how you what, bro? I'm trying to educate folks, man. That's how you say Pepsi in Mandarin Chinese.
Oh, okay. I see what flavor it is. It is Pepsi, white grapefruit.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm talking about. Give me two of those, AJ.
Did you say white grapefruit? Isn't that just Shasta or something?
Well, here's
Squirt.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
Is that the Asian squirt?
But it is Pepsi white grapefruit green bamboo flavor Pepsi.
I'm gonna pass so hard on that it's not even funny.
Is there a difference in? Is there a difference in taste and texture in white bamboo and all the other bamboos?
I don't know.
Is
I
it
don't
clear
know.
Pepsi?
Does the white bamboo only taste like salt?
Well, it's green. It's green bamboo, so I don't know.
Well, what does the green bamboo taste
It's
like?
a little bit more bitter, I guess. 'Cause
Martian? I mean,
so yeah, we're gonna
Pandas everywhere want to know.
wow. So we're gonna try these when we finally get in the studio together.
I think that you should just, for as selfless as you're being, I think you might ought to just crack that Pepsi and try it and give us a review right now.
Okay.
Hey, but for real, on the cucumber chips, like I would not be mad if it was like, I don't know if y'all are a fan, but I love to cut up a cucumber and pour some apple cider vinegar over it with a little bit of seasoning salt and just eat that as a snack. And it'd be wonderful if it was like vinegar, cucumber, seasoned salt flavor. That'd be smashing.
But wouldn't that just be pickle?
Not quite pickle. Not quite pickle.
Just crunchier.
That limp pickle flavor.
That's different.
Not quite firm enough to do anything else with yet. Kung Pao! Yeah.
All right.
Well, I did get some apple. You know what? Let's talk about the end of the show yesterday.
I don't even remember the end of the show yesterday.
What did we say yesterday? What happened?
Yeah. Did I hear correctly that Duke's Mayonnaise is now sponsor of the show?
Yeah, Duke, they absolutely 1,000% ran a Duke's Mayonnaise commercial at the start of the show yesterday.
That's hilarious. And you're damn right, AJ. It is white cheddar, white Asiago. It is all.
I was going to get some super sharp yellow cheddar, but they dyed it for me.
Yeah. I made them go make me some new cheddar.
Yeah. They call it Jackson flavor.
I got some apple butter.
I can't wait.
And this guy from the cider mill out at Fly Creek. It's a pretty cool little place. They got a bunch of ducks and stuff that you can eat. Not eat. Goodness gracious. Feed.
Oh, dang! And, I do love duck.
Yeah, and but they make like everything there, and so obviously being an apple cider place, there's a whole bunch of apple stuff, but they also have a whole bunch of different cheeses. So I got some spreadable Asiago and sharp cheddar mix, and then I got a block of bacon horseradish extra sharp white cheddar, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that bacon. But I mean, I was super excited about that the day you called me and talked to me about it. I'm ready to chomp on that.
Yeah, maybe it'll go good with these cucumber flavored chips.
I was gonna say, AJ